want to go on and get started. We want to thank you all for coming out. Okay, great. We know that the weather is trying to tilt up on us a little bit, so we're going to go on and get started right away. We are here today so that we can introduce to you a great project that the Bikers and Social Clubs for Change are about to launch. We're going to call them out, Preacher and Tom, and they're going to talk to you about this initiative of their organization and some other great things that are going to be going on later on this year in the summer. So Tom and Preacher, would you come up and talk to us about this new initiative? And after that, we've got representatives from the mayor's office who's here, from the police department, we're so glad that you're here, and from Shelby County Land Bank, whose name you will hear in just a few minutes, from these two gentlemen. So Tom, Preacher.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Y'all give her a hand. Hey, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Thank you everybody for coming out and taking time out. We know that you did not have to do this, and it's important to us that you are here. We're so thankful once again. To jump right into things, Bikers and Social Clubs for Change has been active now since 2008. Our first outing was 2009. Bikers and Social Clubs for Change are made up of all the bikers here in town. But you don't have to be you don't have to ride a bike to be a part of Bikers and Social Clubs for Change. Okay? What we do is go into high crime communities and push change. We're speaking out against black-on-black crime, teen pregnancy, unwanted pregnancy, and the spread of HIV. It's time for us to start thinking outside the box. Time for us to stop being one-dimensional. Okay? We've been doing this, going out in the community since 2009, and now, in following the vision, we're able to move now to phase 2 of Bikers and Social Clubs for Change, and that is the Safe House projects. The Safe Houses, we will be, to some extent, collaborating with the various organizations, along with the churches in the community and the other faith-based operations and other grassroots operations that are going on to bring a new outlook on your life that's been around for a lot of us all the time, okay? But for some, they may not realize that they have a choice, okay? Or that they have an alternative. So these safe houses, what we do with Bikers for Change in coming out to the community, now with the safe houses, we're leaving something there for them. So after making an impact with all the bikers coming out, from a mentoring standpoint, and just the impact of seeing the bikers in numbers like we do, which we thank the Memphis Motorcycle Set for helping us doing that over the years. But the safe houses will have computers. They have the opportunity to make music in these safe houses, and we'll be teaching them how to be responsible and take care of their bodies and protect themselves and actually start loving themselves even more and understanding more of the opportunities that they have to make better choices and become more successful. We're tired of our people just dying, okay? We're tired of them dying before they even get a chance. We're tired of them not thinking outside of the box, thinking that they're bound to the different cycles that exist in our communities, not seeing outside the gate, if you will. Amen? Amen. So, by the grace that's been afforded to us and following the vision now, moving with phase 2 with these safe houses, they'll have the opportunity to think more outside the box. They have the opportunity to turn away from crime, okay? We want to make it more prevalent. And who better to do it than a bunch of bikers? You know, we A personality people anyway out here riding these motorcycles. We can be dominant at times, a little pushy at times, okay? You might even sometimes call us fearless, okay? But we want our people to see that choice is yours. There's only one thing that does not belong to God, and that's your freedom of choice, okay? And we want you to exercise that. We don't want you to think that you're bound anymore. And we don't call them gangs anymore, we call them organizations now. And we want to, embark upon relationships with them. So that these safe houses, people will be able to come and go. If you don't live in the community, we want you to, we're looking for them to allow us the opportunity. And I say allow because the gangs are in these communities. And we're not necessarily in these communities. Amen? Y'all say amen?
Amen.
Because we go back to where we come from, all right? And but a lot of people have to stay in these communities. Well, we want them to help police these safe houses and keep them safe. We may not be able to afford, starting off, somebody to man the location, okay? But that doesn't mean that the computers need to walk out. We don't want no fights. We don't want no killing. We don't want to create more of a problem. We want to bring some solutions to the problems that exist, okay? So we're excited about what's going on. We're thankful, and the thing about it, we're having the opportunity to be current, okay? And that means a whole lot nowadays because a lot of you get tied up in bureaucracy, you get tied up in red tape, but Bikers and Social Clubs for Change, that's not who we are. We're a radical group, okay? We're funded by people who believe in what we're doing. So we don't have to bow and we don't have to not do. We can do, and we are doing, and we're going to continue to do, okay? So once again, we're excited about it. We know we're in line with the vision. We constantly get confirmations. And the confirmation we just, I won't tell you the name of the meal that I had today, but we went down to the arcade and had breakfast this morning, and we got a confirmation. And it's always good to get a confirmation because you always want to know that you're moving in the right direction, okay? Kind of like a mile marker. The map tells you you should see mile marker 9. You're looking for that, okay? To know you're going the right way, especially those men, because we don't like to ask for direction.
Amen.
So confirmation we had this morning was a song, and that song was sung by our headline for our Bike Fest.
For Saturday night.
Yeah, for Saturday night. And the Bike Fest is one of the means of helping us raise money. And the money that we're after, that we will raise, a little less than $1 million. And that's the first time that's come out of my mouth. It didn't sound too bad saying. That's $560,000. So that's pretty good. But that's nothing but a drop in the bucket, okay, for what's ahead. And these safe houses will be in every community. We're starting out in South Memphis. We have property. Praise God for the land bank. They've been helpful. They've been instrumental in helping things take place. Just down the street on the other side of the track is one of the properties. Over on Florida Street, close to Mallory, same thing. And you'll see some of this is the concept design here for one of the safe houses. Now the dimensions that was drawn up on this is a little less than 3,000 foot. But you'll see here, you got the music room, the computer room, you got an office here, then the meeting room. Okay, this will be where the bikers will come, and anyone else from a tutoring standpoint, mentoring standpoint, all the things that we want to talk about, we want to share. We want to meet people where they are. We're not the group that expects you to be somewhere. We want to meet you where you are, okay? To the strong, we can be strong, but to the weak, we will be weak. Amen? Amen. Y'all say amen. Steve, glad to see you. But our whole objective is to make a difference and cause people to desire to change, okay? We're not judging anybody. We're not making anybody feel bad. It's fine that, you got holes in your shoes. It's fine that you may not even have no shoes on. It's fine if you don't have any weave in your head or whatever the case may be. That doesn't have anything to do with what we're about. It's your mind that we have, okay? And I think the slogan says, the mind is a terrible thing to waste. I don't really like that. I said, to waste a mind is a terrible thing, all right? So, but this is what's going on, and we're excited about it, and we're looking for the Bike Fest to help fund this thing along with everybody else. So Tom is going to tell us more about the Bike Fest. Thanks, everybody.
Good morning. My name's Tom Lewis. My motorcycle name's Hoss, which I'm still kind of getting used to. I have the great honor for working with this truly humble, great man, Christ-led man. And typically he doesn't have much to say. I'm getting used to that too. In organizing the Memphis Bike Fest, I've taken on really a great tradition because this is not the first year for the fest, but it is the first year that all proceeds from the fest will be going to support the Safe House Project and all the work with Bikers and Social Clubs for Change, which is the parent organization, the 501c3 charity organization organizing all this. It's been a great ride for me already, seeing how Mayor Wharton's office, seeing how Mayor Lupkel's office has been so supportive for what we've been doing to date. Understanding the dream from Preacher has been a great ride, and the tradition of the Bike Fest itself that starts with brotherhood, these 130 plus bike and social clubs that pour into Bikers and Social Club for Change, that are out there doing the mentoring, out there working with the kids and who will be involved in supporting and working in the Safe House projects as well. It's really been a rather humbling ride for me. And so I feel my responsibility of hanging on and living up to the tradition of the brother and sisterhood is perhaps my #1 responsibility, because those are also the same folks that support the Bike Fest. Today we launched the website for the Bike Fest, Memphis Bike Fest. There's a lot of information on the website, memphisbikefest.com. I invite you to take a look at it. Our super early bird ticket sales, we put a few hundred out for sale today. Don't know how long they'll last, but we're off and running now, and it's the easiest way for anybody to get involved in this project is to support the Bike Fest. This Bike Fest was organized with a strong sense of solidarity, that what happens to my brother and sister in South Memphis is as important as what happens to my neighbor next door to where I live in my comfortable home in East Memphis. That we are all God's children, and that we are all responsible to each other. You know, and it strikes us in this time of strong racial tension in our community and in our country. This could be Ferguson, this could be New York, but it's Memphis. It's Memphis, and we have an opportunity to take advantage of the love that God made in each of us, and that's the way we're approaching this Bike Fest. I've been to plenty of Bike Fests. Got this vest up in Sturgis, just another one of the kind of crazy opportunities for bikers. But this fest, we say to ourselves, is a fest with a quest. And that quest is to reach out to those in need and to say, hey, we got your backside, and maybe we got a little bit of your front side too. And we're not talking about a handout, we're talking about a hand up. And we love you. And we got that message directly from God, and we're passing it on. Not as something that's nice to do, but something that we have to do. Something that we're told it's our responsibility to do. So I take that responsibility to the sisterhood and brotherhood traditions of this fest. I take it to the celebration of this fest. We've got a great lineup of music. We'll save that announcement for later. But if the song Cisco Kid and Why Can't We Be Friends and Lowrider mean anything to you, you're going to have a lot of fun Saturday night with the rest of us. And then finally, the great location at the Liberty Bowl and Tiger Lane. The folks over at the Liberty Bowl have just been wonderful to work with, very supportive. And by the 1st of April, we'll be announcing our lineup of sponsors. We already have several sponsors, including one platinum sponsor and one gold sponsor. And people who are stepping up and saying, hey, count us in. And we're going to have a good time, but we're going to do it for a great cause. Thank you. God bless you.
We want to take this opportunity before everyone leaves to acknowledge some of the people who've taken out of their schedule to come in today. Oh, we've got all kind of dignitaries in the house. We want to recognize, of course, already mentioned Shelby County Land Bank, 2 representatives from that office. representing Memphis Police
Like
Department.
Neil.
Several gentlemen from the Shelby County Sheriff's Department. We are most happy to have you here. Let us not overlook Mr. Stevie Moore, Freedom from Unnecessary Negatives. We are all very familiar with the We also have with us this afternoon, hold on, I got all this kind of good stuff in my pocket. We have Mr. Vince Higgins, who is representing District Attorney Amy Wyrick. Thank you for being with us. We have a councilman in the house.
Yeah.
Have I missed anybody before we get to him? Is there anybody else that I've missed
God so
that we'd
loved.
like to recognize?
God so loved from Bloomfield.
Pardon?
God so loved.
I can't hear. Deidre.
God.
Deidre Malone. And Deidre Malone with the Carter Malone Group in her absence, of course, who is an advocate community individual. And this gentleman?
Bernard Smith from Bloomfield. Representing Rap White. God so loved.
Rap White. Thank you for coming out. Councilman, wave your hand. Thank you ever so much for coming out this afternoon. We really appreciate it. One other thing we want to make sure that everyone does, please sign in with the community center before you leave, right at the desk. These gentlemen will be taking any questions that you have, and there are kits that the media can pick up on your way out that has specific information that they've already gone over this afternoon. We want to also recognize we have several bike organizations in the house. I saw Divas. Turn around, let me get you. Okay, Show Out Divas and there's a Show Out Riders, and there was another in the group, Trinity Riders, and we want to recognize them as well. So all of the organizations that have come out today, thank you ever so much. We look forward to your continued support, and by all means, go to the website to find out what's going on with Bike Fest. Excuse me.
We've got a few people that need to say something before we wrap it up.
Okay.
Mr. Vincent?
All right.
Mr. Higgins with the New Ireland's office.
Thank you, Bridget. Awesome. Good to meet you. District Attorney Amy Wyrick, on behalf of our office, as you know, my boss, District Attorney Amy Wyrick, is very keen on things that will help three segments of our community. Those are our youth, our elderly, and those who are disadvantaged, and those who need help. And this effort by Bikers and Social Clubs for Change fits right along with what we're doing in this community. Everybody knows that we've had a gang injunction in this community, and this community has turned it around. And we give thanks to those people in the community, as well as all of those partners that we have, the Memphis Police Department, Multi-Agency Gang Unit, Shelby County Sheriff's Department, and the like. This is another way of wrapping our arms around those who need it the most. Thank you.
Mr. Moore is going to say a few words.
This is a great thing. I've been working in this community, stopping the killing for so long, and I've been talking about this long. This is how we got to do it, y'all. We got to get out here in the streets, meet these children, whether they are. They good to go to church, good to go to school, but the children that need the help, I think we've been missing them. And so this is something good. I work with chambers a lot of times on a lot of different events, but I couldn't help to come over here today because this is what I've been about for so many years, and I think this is going to be a great plus in stopping the violence in our community. We got to save our babies, and this is what it's all about, stop this killing. And with events like this, we can make it happen. We can make it happen together, and we can save our children.
Thank you once again. They are available for any questions that you have. We appreciate your time.
And Councilman Collins, please come. Bless us with your words of wisdom and knowledge, Doc.
I'm just glad you don't have on a boot. Good afternoon, everybody. It is truly an honor and a pleasure to be here to show support. Let me say just two things. Number one, don't always judge the book by the cover. These young men and women with these biker jackets on could give us a look of intimidation that we don't want to touch them. But look what they're doing for our community. And that's why we're here to support them, because just because they dress differently does not mean that they have the same goals and aspirations as those of us who wear suits and ties every day. So my hats are off to you all for showing real hard work and dedication to our community. Second thing I want to say is, you know, this work is hard. And many times we meet resistance because we have lack of resources, a lack of opportunities, and a lack of commitment. But let me say, the work is plentiful, but the laborers are few. But these young men and women, again, who ride these bikes are steadfast in their commitment. And for that, we, as a city, as a community, ought to be truly grateful for what they do for us. Vince, who represents my boss, the district attorney's office, and Major, we can't all do it all through our law enforcement activities. That's why we need people like Bikers for Change and social clubs to step out on faith to ensure that our children have safe opportunities and places to go. So I stand with them. I'm just waiting for you to get to District 3, hello somebody, and then we can get things moving again. Thank y'all so very much, and God bless you.
All right. We got to make sure I put time limit on him. But again, we're so thankful. You know, it's a saying, I think it was William Butler, Edwin Butler, that says, evil can triumph if good men stand by and do nothing. So we know what the word says, the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. So our desire is to be effective. It's okay to look good, it's okay to sound good, but if you're not effective and there's no substance in what you're doing or your existence, then you need to take a look at yourself. And so, you know, we challenge. You know, we're not scared. You see how you stand with his arm resting on me like that. You know, normally I don't let that happen, but it's necessary. The challenge is on, okay? And we're teaming up. And what you see now is coming together. So the dream is alive, okay? The dream is alive and well. You know, so we're excited to be used, and I can't say it enough. We're excited about being current. That's the word for 2015, being current with the situation and in the times that we're in, okay?
And may I offer an insight that I've heard from this man so many times, and so I'll give him the credit. But we know about the history of this city and Martin Luther King. What we don't know is that this city has the opportunity to live that dream, and that's what we want to turn it around to do.
Thank you all ever so much. We're done. It's a wrap.